What's up, peoples? So, got a little bit of a couple of things that I gotta get done today. We're gonna finish riveting all this together for the mount and such. But we have this really nice thing. So I had shirts made, right? Just around, people around. Well, all the proceeds that I got off that paid for half of this wrap. And it's dirty right now. I've been drilling the rivets in for the actual Zeus clip, so I gotta wipe it down. But it's a satin black wrap and it looks amazing on the car. I will have it up by the end of the video. The only issue I'm having right now is when I went to drive the car to get the pick up the hood. When I came back, I noticed the front, you could see through the cowl on the highway, the front was kind of lifting up and down like a fiberglass hood would. So I was kind of skeptical on it having enough clamp force in the center than what would be needed. So in my head, I was like, well, let me go ahead and buy new hood pins. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hood pin it again in the front. So we'll have two pins, obviously here and here, just to be on the safe side. And I have those made on the other one, but I really don't want it to be, see if I can, I don't want it to be that close. I kind of want it like right here, right where the bend is. So I was looking at the hood, or not the hood, but the frame, and put it there without scratching it. What I was looking at over here is this is where I had the hood pins before, and these are the adjuster, the hood adjusters. This is where I had the hood pins. I cut this one off. I have to pull the battery out to get this one, but I'm thinking about getting a piece of angle iron in the back and mounting a little shelf piece right here, or even welding it in to that area and then to this area. All I have to do is move my headlight wires, which is not a big deal. And I happen to have some angle irons somewhere in this bottomless pit of shite somewhere around here. I mean, there's this piece right here I could cut up. This used to be what held the exhaust up. Wait, where's my C-channel at, actually? I know I have some. Oh, here it is, right down here. Oh. Nice little stout piece. But I figured maybe if we cut, I don't know, an inch off, and we put an inch, maybe about an inch, and then have it bolted in, maybe even bolted into the other piece right here that Terry made. So I don't know how wide that is actually yet, because we want it to go flush into the thing as we can. Or maybe I'll just cut a piece and then we'll weld it right here, kind of like that, and then on both sides. So that's my goal on that, is to get the hood somewhat in a better position. But I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I want to do it. And then I also got to finish riveting the back ends. I only have like one rivet in each hole on the Zeus clip. Now that I have it all figured out, I'm going to go ahead and rivet everything else in, get it taken care of. But she's getting there. And then I also need to lower the back mounts a smidge, which is fine. I can do that. It's double-sided tape, sticky foam. That's what I was using to keep it from hitting the bouncing, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really bounce anyways. So I gotta lower this down. I should have went with a base in the first place, but I didn't. And then we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and cut, measure these pieces real quick and see what we can do. Okay, So I cut me a couple of pieces out of that angle iron. And what I did is I got a couple of bolts in here for now. And it's bolted in there, nice and flush, straight up and down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and I gotta pull back off and get these corners nice and cleaned, paint it black, and have this welded right here to the frame. The bolt is pretty much just to make sure I get it where I need it before we do all this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the other side like this real quick. I'm gonna take the grill off, we'll put the hood back on, and with the hood on, I'll be able to go under here or put my armor through here with a Sharpie and stick that Sharpie through this hole and mark the hood. So I have an exact area of where the bolt's gotta go. And then also we have these little things, which are hood adjusters from a car that was getting scrapped. And I'm gonna actually put them in the old style hood spots. The ones that were on this car were actually rusted off, the tops were broke off. So I have full rubber ones I'm gonna put in here and in here. So we'll have it flush where it needs to be. This will hold it up. And this hood pin, which will be right here, will keep that hood keep it from going up, and this will keep it from going down. And it should stay flush, and I'll be more comfortable with driving it 100+ miles an hour. Because it does it at like 65. You'll just see the hood through this. Not crazy, but I've seen plenty of hoods fly off before, and I don't want to be... I would rather add 2 more hood pins to that hood than it fall or break and hit the car, or worse, somebody behind me on the highway. I don't want any of that. So we're gonna get that done and go from there. So I got those 2 pieces mounted up front. So now I'm gonna put the, where's my flathead at? I'm gonna put the lid on real quick so we can get our markings. Because haha. Man, it's so nice to have this hood. It really is. Yeah. So the goal is I could just lay it here and then drill, but I'm gonna mount it all together like it would normally be mounted, because we want to make sure that it's in the spot that it would be if all these were mounted in. So I will go around here. We will get the Zeus clips where they need to be. Need to clean all this fiberglass junk out. Yeah, there we go. I need to order me the tool. So these stupid flathead. But if it works, right? There we go. Okay. So we have it mounted, right? Oh, now, first of all, can we just take a moment to appreciate how much better this looks than with the gray? Oh, ear! I don't know what the hell that is. So, back in here, I don't know if y'all can see up there, but I got the little holes where the bolts are, and I'm going to mark, it's going to be somewhere right here. I'm going to mark where the hood pins will go. And I'm probably going to do it this way. I could go get a Sharpie, or I could put something on the very tip top of this, because there's no wiggle room inside the angle. And we'll just kind of slip it in, hit the top, pull off. And do both sides, and I'll pull it out. We'll go from there. Maybe some Loctite. Some toothpaste. Toothpaste would work. So, or something. I'll figure something out on that. But we'll get it mounted or marked. I'll pull the hood off again. We'll do our drilling. And I will put the head cam on. I will find the head cam once I mark this and take this hood off, so I can keep recording instead of just, we're doing this, then this, then this. Oh, there's a Sharpie. Hell, look at that. Booyah. We're gonna use a Sharpie now. So yeah. Mark these holes real quick. Alrighty, I think I got this in a good spot. Probably a little lower, but we got the markings done. So I'm literally going to, oh, that sucker's tight. I gotta get these to settle in. I also need to clean off this hood. I hate fiberglass because it's so itchy, but I also love it at the same time. And the guy who made this hood is actually working on carbon fiber door assemblies actually here soon, so I may end up doing it. I think they're like 35 pounds total weight with the OEM windows and stuff. That's a huge discount on weight, so I'm thinking about it. I also want to maybe put like a rubber or like a foam tape on the bottom here, so when I take this hood off I can put it on top of this and not worry about it scratching, but we will cross that path when we get there. Did I get them all off over here? Yeah. They're just a little snug. And can't wait to wipe all this crap off. So we're gonna put it over here. Right here. And there's my Sharpie mark. Ever so gentle. Sharpie mark, Sharpie mark. So I'm going to drill, and go from there. But yeah, I know I don't want to use a big drill yet, or the step drill. I want to, phone's going crazy, phone's going haywire. I want to get a tiny drill bit for a set bit. That'll work. And then we'll go from there on. So here's our set bit drill right there. There's our bubble up from the wrap, and right under the mark, right there. Okay. And the reason I do this is because I want to do it downward, so the tape doesn't peel like crazy. And usually you would put some like painter's tape on the top part to keep the paint from like peeling and stuff. But since I'm going to be putting a giant washer here, I'm not too worried about it. But we're going to use our pinhole we just made, and one, two. So that was two. I want to make sure that was right. It's either 2 or 3, I forget. Hood pin. I just had them. Where did they go? Huzzah. 3. It's 3. Go right back on the hole. And now this should be a, yep, nice snug fit. I need to go on this side and clean up the, clean that up a bit. Oh yeah. And that'll be our hole. So actually, let me put that in my pocket. We'll do this side real quick too. It's all remounted on, as you can tell. And you still see this little gap right here, which those little rubber things will be right here to help lift it up. But if you lift it up some right here, give it some love, the body line is pretty much as close as it's gonna get. And of course, this being fiberglass, not factory, but some guy making it, you can kind of see the wiggling through it all. And also the gap is a little bit bigger here than way over there. And I think that's because I wrecked this front panel a long time ago. And so I may have to, I'm probably gonna paint this all black in here anyways, just to hide it. I'm not really, it's a daily drive car, it's not a fucking show car, but I'm all right with it now. I just gotta do some love working here. It may just be this whole panel, because this, I've noticed these are really tight. The grill is really tight, so it may all be a little discombobulated. But what I'm doing here now is I'm putting my hand in here and getting this where I need it threaded wise. So right there is pretty decent with a little bit of push down. And then right over here, you'll notice if I lift it up, I can't really do it with three, I don't have three hands, but I'll lift this side up and then push down from the pin. And it should make a nice little sandwich where it doesn't want to, like, it's not like too high up and too low, it's kind of just there. So I'm gonna put that rubber thing in there, probably keep that one to where it is. I can't do this one yet, because if you can tell, it's a little crooked. So my marking wasn't the best, so I'm gonna have to drill out a little bit more over here, water it out, not a big deal, because obviously once I get them mounted in where they need to be, cover up that hole. So I'm gonna pull the hood off again, waller that out some. I might just go a bit up, a bit higher, and then put the hood back on, and we'll cross our fingers and hope we got it done that time. Definitely take your time on this. All right, we got her on all the way around. Mounted our hardware. I mean, it's like pretty much beautiful where it needs to be. This one I need to lift up that rubber a couple more turns. But yeah, once that front grill piece or trim piece comes on, the hood is done. And thanks to everyone who bought a shirt, first of all, because y'all paid for half the wrap. And I could not appreciate that enough. You guys put some support into the vehicle. And yeah, I'm thinking about doing hoodies too, just because it's winter time and hoodies are my favorite. But oh yeah, here's a shirt right here actually. So these are the shirts that were sold. We got the B3 in the front, and then on the back, this is Brandon's. We got Built by Belt, and of course not bought by Daddy, because that's dumb. Who would do that? I gotta take this to my old boss tomorrow, and I gotta clean out this deadgum car. But luckily, here are some jeans. No, I need to get a rag and clean up the hood. But yeah, guys, turned out great. That'll be the end of this one. Tomorrow we will work on the ICT billet turbo accessory thing. Basically, it makes it where you can run front runners really easily for turbo, and it'll also fix my issue on the left side with the steering column or the steering box being in the way. So that's the end of this one, guys. I will catch y'all on the next ones.